What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be a little different. We're going to put a little pause on working on the garage because I got to talk to you guys about something. What it is right here. So I just got back from doing a nice little deer hunting adventure on the weekend. Temperatures were down in the high teens, low 20s, and it was cold overnight. What's the worst part about camping in the cold? It's freezing while you're trying to get a good night's sleep. Now, I've tried several different sleeping bags. I've had the old school ones with the flannel lined. I've had this guy here for a long time. The old mummy bag. We've all had the mummy bags. I'm pretty sure the mummy bag's really good if you know you're going to die. That way you're just kind of cocooned right in there. They can just scoop you up, throw you in the casket, you're good to go. I don't know how you sleep, but I like to toss and turn. I'm on my back, side, rolling around, just trying anything to get comfortable. And the mummy bag, it does work. It keeps you somewhat warm, but I like to move around. And sitting in a mummy bag, it's not working for me. So we did a little upgrade. Now, obviously, what you can see here, this thing is huge. Compared to the mummy bag, it does take up a lot more space in the Jeep, and that was one thing that when this thing showed up, I was absolutely nervous about. So when it comes to packing the Jeep, I try to keep things small, but you know what? This big guy showed up and I figured, why not? We're gonna give it a shot. I can start by saying right now, I did not pay for this. I'm not sponsored by this. I got this as a gift, and I figured, you know what? I gotta do a review on this thing and let you guys know, because if you're looking for a sleeping bag, I think we found us a good winner. So what this is the Climate Big Cottonwood -20 sleeping bag. Comes in its own little weird little carrying case. You can see it's kind of open here on the sides. This thing is huge. This thing is 80 by 38. It weighs about 18 pounds, but I can tell you, she's comfy. So I did some research on it. Like I said, I did get this as a gift. The places I found, the price range on it is anywhere from about $250 to $270, $280. That's minus shipping, so whatever the shipping cost is going to be to get this thing to your house, it's going to move it around a little bit. So like I said, this thing is huge, and you can make it even bigger. You can actually zip this together with another unit and pretty much make a whole entire house to sleep in. This is not going to be like a backpacker's tent. You're not going to want to tie this to your back and carry it around the woods, because this is pretty much going to be everything on you. What I use this for, you all know, I do have my rooftop tent, so this thing comes in handy for that. What I normally do on my rooftop tent is I'll take a really nice wool blanket, I'll lay that down as my base, then I'll put my sleeping bag down, and then on top of that, when I was using my little mummy bag here, what I found with that thing was, and that thing's rated down pretty low, but it's so confined, I can't deal with not moving around. And even in that mummy bag, overnight, I did wake up a lot. I was getting cold. So I added a second wool blanket on top, and then another blanket that I carry with me that I would put on top of that. In part with this little thing here. This is just one of those little insulated liners that you would put inside your mummy bag. With all that combined, that was the only way I was able to stay warm in my rooftop tent overnight without getting up and running the heater. I don't like to run that thing too much. I only run it when I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'll get the tent nice and warm, shut it off, and that way I know I'm good overnight. Now, I know a lot of people that use the buddy heaters like mine, or they get the diesel heater. That's up to you. But through the night, when I'm tent camping, I don't run any heaters. I basically rely on all my gear to keep me warm. On top of that, I'll use a nice base layer, big thick wool socks, maybe put a hat on, and I'm ready to go. But like I said, with that little mummy bag and all this stuff, I was still waking up cold. And that changed the minute I got in this sleeping bag. So with it being down in the teens for that weekend, I still decided I was going to still wear my base layer. I still put my wool blanket down on top of the mattress in the tent. I did have my other wool blanket and my other top blanket just in case, but I wanted to see how good this thing held up. So as always, got in, got the tent fired up with the heater, got it nice and warm, packed myself into this thing, plenty of space. Like I said, it's 80 inches, so you can pretty much kind of curl up in there. I get the pillow, It's got a detachable pillow on it too for your head to go in. It's also got drawstrings up at the top. It'll close the top in on you to really kind of lock everything in. But I kind of burrow down in there, and I tell you what, slept the whole night through. It was amazing. So I can tell you that if you like to move around, if you like a big, thick sleeping bag, I mean, this thing is thick. We're going to go open it up here in just a minute. This thing is very thick, very comfortable. Didn't wake up once from moving around. Sometimes when it's really cold and I was in my mummy bag, I would have to wake up in the middle of the night, turn the heater on, get that thing going again, just to reheat the tent, to try to stay comfortable. I can tell you, with this sleeping bag, did not have to do that. And I was out there for a couple nights, and it was cold each night. So getting into this thing, I knew that I was going to be good. I'm not a whole big fan of cold weather camping, but I will do it. Like I said, I do go hunting and all that. And sometimes you get invited to go on a weekend trip somewhere. So I can tell you, with this new bag, I'm ready to go. It does have this very unique style carrying case. Nice little grab handle on top. But yeah, having it exposed like that, that's weird. I haven't seen them like that, but I tell you what, after packing down sleeping bags, they can get pretty daunting for just stuffing everything back into that tiny little container. But this one here, I actually rolled this one up, put it together in the tent. That's how easy this one was. Does have some really nice, big, thick, lockable clips. It's got one there. You got two on here. Just like that, she's ready to go. So you can see here at the top, you've got a really nice, soft, detachable pillow. There's your drawstring that'll close the top in around you if you like to do that as well. What I found, this thing is so tall and I like to kind of curl up in it. I hardly really use the pillow. I did leave it attached just in case I got too warm. I could kind of poke out of it. But there's so much room in this thing. You can curl up. I had the pillow right here, and I'm telling you, this material is amazing. I don't know what's in here. Good job on that. This is truly, it feels like you're sleeping at home with a nice thick comforter on top. You're just cocooning you in it. On the sides, you got heavy duty zippers. Very nice. They didn't skimp on these. Sometimes when you're zipping these up, they jam up. You wind up yanking these off of there, pulling this off. But I can tell you, I didn't have any problems getting in and out of this sleeping bag with the zipper. Nice and smooth. Can't go wrong with a good zipper on these. Also on the inside of the zipper, you've got this little flap here. Kind of closes up around the zipper so you get no air drafts blowing through this thing. So you can see right here for a size comparison, I'm about 6'2", 245 pounds, and I got plenty of room in here. Head all the way down at the pillow, plenty of room at the feet. I can tell you, this thing's perfect. Just like that, she's put away. I'm back on the road. All right, so like I said in the beginning, I'm not sponsored by Climate. This was a gift, and I know it is a little expensive. Like I said, between, I don't know, figure about $250, $270 plus shipping. You can get this at all sorts of retailers online. Like I said, not sponsored by them, not affiliated with them. All I'm saying is I found a really good product and I really wanted to pass it on to you guys and let you guys know about it. So if you're into outdoor camping, whether it's in a rooftop tent, a ground tent, not backpacking. I wouldn't recommend lugging this thing around if you're a backpacker. But if you're into tent camping and you're looking for something that's going to keep you warm in these cold months, you guys, you got to check out Climate sleeping bags. They do have all sorts of different ranges for like temperature ranges, but this -20 is insane. I love this thing. I will not go back to a mummy bag. I will burn mine because I don't like those anyway. Just the room that's in this thing, and so you can be comfortable, get a good night's sleep without having to run a heater in there. Now again, on top of that, I do use a base layer. I always bring additional blankets just in case I do wake up when I am cold, but through that weekend, being out in those temperatures, I slept the whole night through, didn't wake up cold, so I always pack extra stuff just in case, and I highly recommend you do the same, but I can guarantee you, with this sleeping bag, you're probably not going to have to pack as much, because like I said, I stayed perfectly comfortable in this thing. Wasn't cold, wasn't hot, middle of the road, good night's sleep, super soft and comfortable. Highly recommend it. So it is close to Christmas. If you are looking for something for that big guy that likes to sleep in a nice warm blanket and he's out there deer hunting, turkey hunting, whatever, or he just enjoys being outside in the cold weather, guys and girls, whatever, check out Climate sleeping bags. But that's going to do it for this video. You guys, we're heading back out to the garage. We got the front end of the suspension of the truck done. I'm working on the rear now. Got to get that thing done. Got to get the Jeep back inside. We got plenty of projects to carry us through the winter on that. Hope to see you guys there, but as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.